What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be going over my Blasphemous Blade build in Elden Ring. So lately I have been playing a little bit of the Blasphemous Blade and it's not that bad of a build, honestly. I made this build just for me and it works perfectly for me, using a bit of the Rakshasa armor a little bit. I decided to just work around and use the armor and also use incantations to make this build work for me. So yeah guys, I'm just going to show you guys everything about this build and what I usually do to make it really good for me. That way it can maybe work for you if you want to use this build. But if you do enjoy today's video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. So let's get straight into it. Alright, so the weapons that we're obviously running is the Blasphemous Blade, and this is a plus 10 for the Blasphemous Blade that I have here. And as you can see, the attribute scaling for it is at C for Strength, C for Dex, and B for Faith. And the required attributes for it are 22 for Strength, 15 for Dex, and 21 for Faith. So you can definitely make a Strength and Faith build with this weapon. You can definitely go maybe 80 Faith if you want to just push the Faith up there or out there and whatnot. And if you want to go 40 Strength, you can definitely go 40 Strength to make this build work in your favor when trying to play with this build around. Honestly, going 80 Faith would honestly be the route, just using this blade. Honestly, I mean, if you want to go with Strength, you can definitely go with Strength, but I feel like that Faith for this weapon would honestly work better than going for Strength, since you will pretty much get everything out of the fire damage, basically Taker's Flame. So with the Ash of War itself, you basically do damage to your opponent and you also gain health back. So it's really a good lifesteal weapon, honestly, and it's a really OP weapon. It really is. You can make this weapon really OP, but I wanted to make it a bit basic for me. That way it's like very easy for me with the armor and some of the talismans I have that I will go over. I just want to really go with the standard Blasphemous Blade and then buffing up. Really, that's really what I want to go with, just that standard way of just using just maybe Howl of Shibiri or Flame Grant Me Strength, or using Golden Vow just to buff myself up and use the weapon just for me, honestly. That's pretty much what I wanted to go for. And here's what the Ash of War looks like. That's what it looks like, really. So it's like a straight line of just volcanic magma or whatnot, or fire that just goes in a straight line. And yeah, the amount of damage you can do with this is just unreal, honestly. Erdtree Seal, which I'm also using for the Blasphemous Blade to buff myself up with like incantations like Golden Vow, Howl of Shibiri, or Flame Grant Me Strength if I don't want to use Howl of Shibiri. That's really what I'm doing, honestly. It's just using Erdtree Seal, which I got plus 10. I highly recommend using a Seal since it has an S scaling in Faith. Alright, next I'm going over the armor, which is the Rakshasa set. So this is pretty much the entire set that I'm just running. I honestly would go for this set since you will be boosting damage every time you put on each part of the set, but there's a downside to it, but it greatly increases the damage taken by the wearer. So if you're wearing this set, you're going to be getting increased damage by wearing it. So that's the only downside when using this entire set. However, if you're really good at dodging, then you honestly you can run this set if you want to. And also there is a talisman, like I use Dragon Crest Great Shield talisman to enormously boost the physical damage negation to somewhat help with this, hopefully. Alright, next we're going over the talismans. So the talismans that I'm running for this build to make it work for me is the first thing I'm running is Dragon Crest Great Shield talisman. I really wanted to run this to help with the physical damage negation, pretty much with the armor, the Rakshasa armor itself. That's really why I'm running this Dragon Crest Great Shield talisman, and you will technically need it even in the DLC as well, since if you're wanting to run this in the DLC, then you can. I'm also taking Shard of Alexander to greatly boost the attack power of skills as well, and I'm taking the Fire Scorpion charm to raise fire attack, but it does lower the damage negation. So yeah, you will be taking a lot of damage too, so yeah, that's why I got Dragon Crest Great Shield talisman as well. And I'm also taking Talisman of the Dread to raise the potency of magma. So with Talisman of the Dread, I really would just highly recommend taking this one, since it is raising a bit of the magma, even like the fire magma from the Blasphemous Blade a little bit. So that's why I would highly recommend taking this one. Alright, so for my Flask of Wondrous Physik, I'm taking the Flame Shrouding Cracked Tear, and I'm also taking the Blood Sucking Cracked Tear. Now, the reason why I'm taking the Flame is to temporarily boost the fire attacks. Basically, since I'm using Blasphemous Blade and the Ash of War, it has fire with it, so I'm temporarily boosting those fire attacks with it. And I'm also taking the Blood Sucking Cracked Tear to enhance attacks at the cost of HP in a mixed physics. So this is like Power Within from Dark Souls 1, but in a cracked tier really for Wondrous Physik. So it will drain your HP, but you will have enhanced attacks. So it's honestly a really cool tier. It's like I think the best tier in the game right now. I think it is. I think that's what people are saying, that it's like the best tier in the game, I'm guessing. But highly recommend taking the bloodsucking crack tier just for this build. Now the downside with this crack tier is that you will be losing HP. However, you got the Ash of War itself, so whenever you use the Ash of War, you will gain HP back, so you won't have to worry too much. And the Great Rune I'm running, always run Radahn's Great Rune. You can either run Radahn's Great Rune, and if you want to, you can run Godrick's Great Rune, raise all attributes. I mean, it's up to you, honestly. Raise all attributes with Godrick's Great Rune and Morgoth's Great Rune if you want to. Raise your maximum HP, but I highly recommend taking Radahn's Great Rune to raise the maximum HP, FP, and stamina. Alright guys, so I'm going to be showing you guys some example gameplays of me using this build just here with different bosses and whatnot. So these are like bosses from like caves and stuff that I have not done. And again, this is in New Game Plus 3. So yeah, you guys will be getting a level 200 build that I will show at the end. So here we go. So I guess this Necromancer Garrus, I just automatically just go ahead and just take him out with one shot, honestly. So it's like 5,187 damage. So yeah, this build itself, yeah, Blasphemous Blade build is honestly like the best build on. And here is another example of me using the Blasphemous Blade build here. So I go ahead and I just literally use Hellish Berry. So this is what I really do before I go into boss fights. So use Hellish Berry maybe 1 or 2 times, and then go with Golden Vow one or 2 times or 3 times with Hellish Berry sometimes. I don't know why I did it 3rd time. I just go with 2 times just to be safe. But I just go Hellish Berry 2 times or 3, and then Golden Vow, and then I just will get my FP back and stuff. And I also use my wondrous Physik with the blood sucking crack tier and the flame tier as well. So just go ahead and just look at the damage for this fire. This giant, honestly, over 4,000 damage, taking his health away and gaining some health back. Like, I can see why some people say like this build can be boring sometimes, which I mean, it's just a very easy build. So yeah. Alright, so here I'm facing against a rune bear. So rune bears are not my favorite in the game whatsoever. I do not like them. Even in New Game Plus 3, they are a pain to deal with, and I just can't take them. I really don't like them, man. So I didn't use Golden Vow here. I just want to share this one because I just thought it was just crazy. And another thing you can definitely do to increase the damage is use a pot, an oil pot, to really increase the damage of the fire. Since anyone that's drenched in oils and whatnot are basically susceptible to fire, so I basically use that, and look at the damage here. Goes up to 9,000 damage there, man. Like, that's just crazy, taking almost his health away, almost one-shotting him. But I go ahead and do it again here, and I was able to get 7,000 damage there because I think part of the buff wore off, I guess. I don't know, but hey, I was able to get a lot of damage there with the oil pot. Alright, so here we are for this final one here. Now, this is against the black knife that I had never got in the Catacombs for New Game Plus 3. And I can tell you guys right now, like, this black knife is honestly going to get destroyed. I mean, like, this Blasphemous Blade, it's just, why? Like, I'm just going to be throwing the oil pot right at the black knife, and yeah, we're going to call it a day here. So, right here, as I always, I just buff up and everything, so I go ahead and throw the oil pot. Yeah, we're gonna be seeing some sticky damage in a bit. I'm trying to just dodge a bit because I don't want to get hit by that death blight and whatnot. And right here, went ahead and done it. 6,000 damage right there, and then went ahead and just done a regular heavy just to end it off. Like, yeah. Even in New Game Plus 3, this build is still very disgusting. So yeah, I hope you this really helped you understand what I usually do to make this build work. Alright, so if you're wanting to do a level 200 build, here's what I recommend. So for starting, I would say go for Prophet to start out, since you will have 11 for strength, and you'll have 16 faith, so you have that to start out. And if you're going for level 200 for vigor, I would say go into 60 vigor would be really good, because 60 vigor is always good. Having more vigor is really good. Mind, I would say 27 mind would be perfect. For endurance, I would say 40 endurance would be really good. Strength, I would say go to 40 strength. I think 40 strength would honestly be really good as well. 15 dexterity just for the requirement, remember the requirement for this weapon. And I would say go 80 for faith. 80 for faith would be really good. You don't have to worry about intelligence or arcane. You can just go 80 faith just to have the seal and also use the Blasphemous Blade to its fullest potential when you can. So yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. I do hope you guys enjoyed my Blasphemous blade build, and please let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, and please let me know what you think I should do to change it to make it better. Should I change the talisman? Should I change the armor a bit? If it's like not worth it, let me know in the comments what you guys think. But yeah, with that being said, guys, I am TheGamingRaptor. Like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the next video. Alright, guys, peace out.